Hey guys, how's it going? I am currently on the road in Detroit and I'm at Parallel Studios. Surprise, last video I did, I was at my aunt and uncle's place, their beautiful dining room. Today I'm at Parallel Studios in Sterling Heights in Detroit and it is awesome here. So one thing I wanted to do was make a video about what it's like to record in a studio, especially one that you haven't been to before, and how you guys go about finding them, contacting them, what you can expect to pay, all that jazz. So in this video, I'm gonna get you covered because I know as a new voiceover artist, maybe you're intimidated to contact the studio. You're not sure why you might need to record at an outside studio. And I'm gonna clear all that up for you today and give you a good idea of how to contact them, how to best prepare to work at one, and all kinds of tips and stuff that go with that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today I'm at Parallel Studios. Now, if I wasn't at Parallel Studios, if I was at a different one, let's say I go tomorrow to Atlanta or something like that. I've never been there before. What I'm gonna do, the first thing you wanna do to reach out to a studio is Google studios. And you wanna try and find one that's relatively close to where you're staying. It's just easier that way, you know, especially if you're in a new town. Like, I don't really know Detroit very well. Parallel Studios was pretty close to where I'm staying. I don't want to go way into the city in places I've never been before because, you know, you can't really tell how long it's going to take to get there. So always make sure it's somewhat close to where you're staying if you can help it. I look through pictures. I like to see what the studio looks like. You want to make sure, like this studio here, I'm not going to turn the camera around, but as you can see, all this stuff around here, this is all, it's acoustic panels, acoustic paneling, and it's placed everywhere. They even got it on the roof all around. This is a diffuser behind me, so it's going to make all the sounds bounce in odd directions, give a little flavor to the room. And this is the control room mainly, but there's also another sound booth. But this is so well treated that I can actually record right in the control room. It's perfect, it's great. This studio in particular usually caters to hip hop artists, rappers. They do some singers, but mainly hip hop. And yeah, it is stunning. This is their Studio B. On the next video that I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna try and see if I can get into their Studio A, which is, it's nuts. It's so cool. The microphone that these guys have is this one right here. It's the Manly, I think it's the silver edition. It's about $5,000, I believe. You might be able to pick up a used one for a little cheaper, but it's one of the best mics I've ever used. Honestly, in my opinion, it beats the U87. But let me know what you guys think. For all you audiophiles out there, maybe you think I'm wrong. Maybe you think that that's blasphemy, that I think this is better than U87, but it's a stunning mic. Yeah, so back to how you book. So Google what studios you want to check out, the pictures, want to make sure it's, you know, well treated. You want to find out what kind of microphones they have. These guys in particular, when I got in contact with them, they didn't have a Sennheiser 416. That's what I usually record on. And I brought it down just in case. So when you're traveling, if you can, bring your microphone from home. The reason for that is because microphones all sound different. So if you're working with a client and they want to pick up something you've already recorded, you're going to need that to sound just like the original recording. So if you can't bring a full studio with you and you want to do what I did and just ball out and rent a studio instead of bringing like a portable one, make sure you bring your mic from home. As soon as I heard this thing, this is a step up from the Sennheiser, like massively. So I recorded all my auditions on this. But if I had to record something that would, like a pickup for something pre-existed, I would have slapped my Sennheiser 416 on it. But new stuff, I wanted to see if, I don't know, if I could book one with this microphone. If I book it and I have to do the job and I'm not in Detroit anymore, well, okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if it was a smart choice or not. Now, when you're getting in contact with them, I usually like to contact a couple of them. Here's the thing. When you're contacting studios, the guys that run studios aren't always, these guys here at Parallel were great. They got back to me right away. They were super communicative, but most studios are not. They're a bunch of stoners that don't check their emails or answer their phones, so it could be like a week before they get back to you. So like, you never know what you're gonna run into, so just make sure you contact a couple, and if they don't get back to you right away, they might just be slammed and busy or stoned and watching a game or something like that. So yeah, email, call, find out which ones are the most communicative, because those are the ones you wanna work with when they're communicative, because the client may change something at last minute. They may change a time. So when you're talking to them, ask them what their rescheduling policy is, because things can get pushed back a lot in voiceover. Ask them what their hourly rate is, and ask them if it goes over 15, goes over a half an hour, goes over an hour. You wanna make sure that you can get into the studio about 10 minutes early to set up, because if you're scheduling your set, let's say you have a directed session and you're going to record at a studio and you book it from 3 to 4, and that's what time the session is, and you can't get in 10 minutes before, you're late because the client expects you ready to go right at the time of your session. So you got to make sure that you can get in 10-15 minutes early. Bring water. A lot of studios, great studios like this one, they actually had water for me when I came. A lot of the time they'll print stuff out for you, but make sure that you either have it printed out yourself or you have it on an iPad or an iPhone for the copy you're gonna read. Bring them beer. Ask them what they like to drink. If they give you a deal, these guys hooked me up with a deal. Ask them what they like to drink, if they like to drink. Get them something nice if they hooked you up. They'll remember it. Take a couple of videos, make some social media content like this, and let people know where you're recording, especially if you really like the place. And don't be intimidated by them. They're super casual. Just make sure you come prepared. And I think that recording at outside studios, aside from, if you get a really good one like this, the epic sound quality, it's a great way to interact with people and meet people, and you get the social aspect out of it too, which I really enjoy, because doing voiceover, a lot of the time, it can be pretty lonely. It can get pretty lonely out there sometimes, so it's nice to work with other people. If you book a sound studio, today I'm just working on my own. I don't have an engineer with me, but I am gonna book these guys this week for a live directed session, because if you've only ever done live directed sessions where you are the engineer, which is most of the time when you're a beginning VO, the second that you actually book an engineer to do all the stuff for you, oh my God, it's so good. You literally, like when you have an engineer, you walk in, you bring your copy, you record your thing, and the engineer sends it off for you, you're done. You go home. That's it. It's so nice to do. So, and it's what I would suggest as well. If you are going on a trip and you're not going to bring a portable booth solution with you, make sure you research ahead of time what studios are in the area and make contact before, and even go down, like if you don't have anything to record, go and suss out some studios. Go say, hey, do you guys got anything going on? I'm a traveling VO. I'd like to talk to you for like 15 minutes, see how you set up your studio. I just want to see what kind of a setup you got. You don't have to pay nothing. They'll be happy for you to come down and check it out. They like to do tours and stuff, and it's a good way to see what a professional level studio looks like at an industrial level. Like bring in artists that come in and record, because this place, like it's this studio here, Studio B for Parallel Sound, it's roughly the size of someone's living room. So if you've got an area like that at home that you could turn into like an actual sound studio, you can get some pretty cool ideas, because this looks amazing. If this was somebody's like theater room, or I don't know how rich you are if you're watching this, if you have a theater room or you have an extra living room, I don't know. Some people are well off out there, but you could turn it into a sound studio like this. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I'd have to say about studios. Is research ahead of time if you can. Make sure you look at pictures online before you book, or even better yet, if you do have time to go down and check out the studio before you make a decision which studio you want to go to. Make sure they're also communicative, because studios are famously not communicative, and you want to make sure that you're able to switch times around if you need be. Don't be afraid to ask them for a deal. Tell them you're if you are a broke VO, or maybe you're a rich VO, I don't know. Ask for a deal anyway, see if you can do a little contra. See if you can make some social media videos of you recording and spread it out to the VO world for a bit of a discount. And bring them a little gift. I haven't got these guys a gift yet, but I plan on it. I'm gonna get them a nice little bottle of something for helping me out. But I'm gonna be recording here probably in and out over the next couple weeks. So that's it. That's all for this one, guys. The one thing I would say is the next video I'm gonna do, it's gonna be all about the Tri booth. Okay. For those of you who don't know, the Tri booth is an amazing portable booth that was put together by George the Tech, George Whittam. That's his name. It's not George the Tech and George Whittam. George Whittam is George the Tech, and put together by Rick Wasserman and George the Tech. They sent me one. It's amazing. It's really cool. And I'm gonna talk to you guys more about that. So that's a portable option that you can take with you. So let's say you don't have the extra funds to rent a gorgeous studio like this, and you wanna take a portable solution with you. I know a lot of you have been asking me for this video of, what to do when you travel. Well, you're gonna get that video, and that's gonna be the next one, either the next one or the one after, because I wanna record in the other studio. But the next couple of videos, you're gonna see my portable sound booth made by Tri Booth. I'm gonna review it for you, tell you all about it, the pros and cons and all that kind of stuff. And other than that, if you are interested in voiceover, you've been following my videos and you're ready to take the plunge, there's lots of ways to work with me. Check the links below. You can work with me one-on-one. I got a community. I got a free community. I got a paid community. I got all kinds of stuff. I'm the ShamWow guy of voiceover. This is getting way too silly. Anyway, check the links below if you want to work with me. Many ways to do it, or don't. Do me a favor, if you got some value out of this video, hit the like button. Share it with somebody that might get some value out of this. And if you didn't like this video, share it with somebody you hate. What better way to get back at those videos that you hate by sending them videos of people that annoy you. All right, that's it. That's all, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.